First and foremost, all praises are due to Yahweh Bashim Shah Bashim Kakwadash. Double honors to the elder apostles, the elder bishops of Great Millstone for teaching us his truth. Salutations to the brothers around the four corners of the earth who are teaching this word and truth and sincerity. And shalom to the hopeful elect of Israel who listen and believe in this word. This is your brother Kawat Sabah coming at you with another lesson. This one is entitled, The Former Heaven and Earth Will Not Be Remembered in the Kingdom. Let's start off with Isaiah chapter 65 and verse 17. And it reads, For behold, I create new heavens and a new earth. Who is the I? That's the Most High, Yahweh. And the former shall not be remembered, nor come into mind. Now we know that the heavens and the earth will always remain, but the new heavens and new earth will be in synchronization and righteousness under the rulership of Yahushai, along with the 144,000, okay, along with the rest of the one-third multitude known as the elect. You see, so it will stand in righteousness. So that will be the new heavens and the new earth, and righteousness under the rulership of Yahushai. Let's continue. Let me read this again. For behold, I create new heavens and a new earth, and the former shall not be remembered nor come into mind. But be ye glad and rejoice forever in that which I create. For behold, I create Jerusalem a rejoicing, and her people a joy. So the one-third elect of the Hebrew Israelites, so-called blacks, Latinos, and Native Americans, we are looking forward to this new heaven and this new earth. We are looking forward to rejoicing because right now we are in captivity under the Edomites, okay, the so-called white man, the devil, our adversary. Isaiah 65, and let's read verse 19. My people, and the voice of weeping shall be no more heard in her, nor the voice of crying. So it's going to be a time of joy. We're no longer going to have to worry about, having the cops tell us while we're driving, okay? We're no longer going to have to worry about, okay, getting killed by the cops, all right? We're no longer going to have to worry about eating bad foods, things of that sort, being under the curses that we are currently under because we violated the law, statutes, and the commandments. Let me continue. Let's read Isaiah 100 years old shall be accursed. Now let's get this in the NIV. It gives a nice translation. All right. So this is Isaiah chapter 65 and verse 20, the NIV, and it reads, Never again will there be in an infant who lives but a few days, or an old man who does not live out his years. The one who dies at 100 will be thought a mere child. The one who fails to reach 100 will be considered accursed, meaning that we're going to live forever. You see, we're going to have eternal life. So let's go back here. Let's go to, let's read Isaiah 65 and let's read, you know what? Let's go to Isaiah 66 and verse 22 for a precept. And it reads, let's see here. And it reads, For as the new heavens and the new earth, which I will make, shall remain before me, saith the Lord, so shall your seed and your name remain. All right. So we're going to live forever. All right. And when it says here seed, it's speaking of the 2/3 of our people who haven't hearkened to the Lord on this side, who are going to be born through the loins of the 1/3 elect in the kingdom as the children of the 1/3 elect. So let's go back here. See what else we got here. So let's read Isaiah 65 and let's read verse 21. And they shall build houses and inhabit them, and they shall plant vineyards and eat the fruit of them. Because the curses in Deuteronomy 28, all right, from verses 15 on down to 68. Of course, it's different periods of time, but during slavery, we built houses for other people. Okay, we grew food for other people. And the same thing today, you don't really own your home, okay? If you're paying taxes on your home, you don't own it. So we're going to build houses and inhabit them, but we're not going to build them. We're going to have servants, okay? The other nations are going to build our houses. They're going to plant our foods, okay? Because we're going to be in rulership over them. That's pursuant to Isaiah, I believe it's chapter 14, and I believe Isaiah chapter 34, all right? But either way you slice it, the other nations are going to be under us. The Edomite, so-called white man, the devil or adversary, he's going to really get it hard, all right? Because he's inflicted the most punishment against the Hebrew Israelites, so-called blacks, Latinos, and Native Americans here in Babylon, America, and around the world. So he's going to get it the worst. And then also, the so-called Chinese, the Moabites, they're going to be in slavery under us, okay? The so-called Africans, the Hamites, the so-called Arabs, the Ishmaelites, they're going to be in slavery under us. They're going to build our houses. They're going to plant our food. Let's read verse 22. And it reads, they shall not build and another inhabit. Because like I said, during the time of slavery, we built houses. Okay, we built the White House, the so-called blacks. We built a whole bunch of buildings here in America. We actually built America, period, on free labor. Let me begin again, Isaiah 65 and 22. They shall not build and another inhabit. They shall not plant and another eat. For as the days of a tree are the days of my people, and mine elect shall enjoy the work of their hands. So we're going to be living lavishly. The 1/3 on this side and the 2/3 will come back in the kingdom. Let's continue. Isaiah 65, and let's read verse 23, I believe. They shall not labor in vain, nor bring forth for trouble, for they are the seed of the blessed of the Lord, and their offspring with them. So this shows you that 2/3 of our people are going to be the offspring of the 1/3 elect that make it in the kingdom on this side. Let's continue Isaiah 65, and let's read verse 20, is it 24? Yeah, verse 24. And it shall come to pass that before they call, I will answer. And while they are yet speaking, I will hear. So we're going to be directly connected with the thoughts of Yahweh. Okay, we're not going to know all his thoughts, but we're going to be more closely connected than we are now. Let's read verse 25. And it reads, the wolf and the lamb shall feed together, and the lion shall eat straw like the bullock, and dust shall be the serpent's meat. They shall not hurt nor destroy in all my holy mountain, saith the Lord. Now the serpent here represents, of course, Esau. All right, everything is spirit. So the serpent in the garden, of course, he looked like a so-called black man. He was dark-skinned. All right, of course, Eve went off, and then Adam went off, following Eve's lead. And then, we became wicked, okay? But we had to know wickedness and righteousness so we can be gods, you see. A God can't know, all right, just one side. He has to know, righteousness and wickedness. So we had to go through that process, all right? But the serpent here represents Esau, all right? And that spirit of Esau came through Cain. And then, of course, Cain killed Abel. And then, of course, everybody was wiped out during the flood. Okay, Noah survived. His wife survived. His sons survived and their wives. And then evil picked up again on the earth, on the planet Earth. Okay, and then through Abraham, you have Isaac. And then you have Isaac had Jacob. And then he had Esau. All right. And we know he was like, red like a hairy garment. And Esau means a lack of it means wasted, so he has no color. So Esau came back again, okay, because the spirits never die, all right? So that spirit came back again in the form of Esau. Isaac had 2 sons, Jacob, okay, the 12 tribes of Israel, so-called blacks, Latinos, Native Americans, and then you have Esau, the so-called white people, all right? So that spirit of Esau came back again and is presently with us. Let me read this again, Isaiah 65 and verse 25. The wolf and the lamb shall feed together, and the lion shall eat straw like the bullock. So the animals are going to be friendly with each other, you see? All right? Ain't going to be no mean lion eating people, other animals eating other animals. And dust shall be the serpent's meat, because Esau is going to be on the bottom. He's going into slavery, and then he's going to be destroyed, pursuant to Obadiah 1 and verse 18. They shall not hurt nor destroy in all my holy mountain, saith the Lord. It's talking about Esau. So let's continue. Let's go to, let's get a precept. Let's go to Revelation 21, New Testament, Revelation chapter 21, and let's read verse 4. And it reads, and Yahweh shall wipe away all tears from their eyes, the Hebrew Israelites, and there shall be no more death, neither sorrow, nor crying, neither shall there be any more pain, for the former things are passed away. The former heaven and earth will not be remembered in the kingdom. You see, the former things will be passed away. It'll be a kingdom of righteousness, and the other nations are going to have to comply with being righteous. You see, under the leadership of Yahushai, the 144,000, all right, and the 1/3 multitude during that first dominion, that first 1,000-year reign with Yahushai, everything is going to be put back in order. The environment, the water, the food, and the other nations are going to have to get, okay, they're going to have to learn the laws, statutes, and the commandments. They're going to have to get put in order, okay? And they're going to have to put off their wickedness. And if they don't, it's going to be trouble for them, because we're going to have spiritual power. So let's continue. Let's go to another precept. Let's go to 2 Peter. Let's go to 2 Peter in chapter 3 in verse 13, and it reads, nevertheless, we, according to his promise, look for new heavens and a new earth wherein dwelleth righteousness. So the new heavens and the new earth will be in righteousness. Wickedness will be abolished. And if the nations don't comply, okay, it's going to be severe punishment. And like I said, the Edomites, you so-called white man, you fucking devil, you're going to get it the worst, all right, for all you've done. So let's continue. Let's go to Jeremiah chapter 3 and verse 16. Jeremiah chapter 3, and we have here verse 16, and it reads, and it shall come to pass, when ye be multiplied and increased in the land that we're going to inhabit again, all right, in Israel, in the capital in Jerusalem, in those days, saith the Lord, they shall say no more, the ark of the covenant of the Lord, neither shall it come to mind, neither shall they remember it, neither shall they visit it, neither shall that be done anymore, because the covenant, the new covenant, is going to be in our inward parts. You see, we're not going to have to be reminded on how to be righteous. We're going to be righteous naturally. The 1/3 on this side, and the 2/3 will be born in the kingdom through the loins of the 1/3 in the kingdom. You see, so the law, statutes, and the commandments are going to be in our inward parts. It's going to be natural. We're not going to have to think about it. Let's get a precept for that. Let's go to Jeremiah 31 and 31. Here, Jeremiah 31. And we have here verse 31. Let's see what it says here. Behold, the days come, saith the Lord, that I will make a new covenant with the house of Israel and with the house of Judah. We know Israel represents the 9 tribes from the southern kingdom, okay? The so-called Latinos, Native Americans, okay? And Ephraim is the head tribe of Israel. And then you have the house of Judah, Benjamin, Judah, and Levi, all right? In totality, all right, we're the Hebrew Israelites. Let me read this again, Jeremiah 31 and 31. Behold, the days come, saith the Lord, that I will make a new covenant with the house of Israel and with the house of Judah, the Hebrew Israelites. Verse 32, not according to the covenant that I made with their fathers in the day that I took them by the hand to bring them out of the land of Egypt, which my covenant they break, although I was an husband unto them, saith the Lord. Now, of course, we weren't able to keep the laws, statutes, and the commandments that were given to us, okay, from Yahweh to Moses. We weren't able to keep them, but Yahweh knew that was going to happen. That's why Yahushai had to be a sacrifice as a sinless lamb to bring us back to the Father in reconciliation. The 1/3 on this side first that are heeding the word, hearkening to the word, that have repented and converted, that have come back to the Lord in all truthfulness and sincerity. The 1/3 on this side, known as the elect, and then the 2/3, like I keep repeating, are going to come back in the kingdom. You see, let's continue. Jeremiah 31 and 31. Let's read verse 33. But this shall be the covenant that I will make with the house of Israel. After those days, saith the Lord, I will put my law in their inward parts and write it in their hearts, their minds, and will be their God, and they shall be my people. You see? So we're not going to be able to go off. Okay, the world is going to be in a state of righteousness under rulership of the Hebrew Israelites with Yahushua as King of Kings and Lord of Lords. So on that note, I hope this lesson was edifying to you, and I want to give all praises to Yahweh Bashem Yahushua Bashem Mekach Kadash. Shalom.